Hello.
Wait for a second. Let's make sure it's right here. Good. It's our first time hybrid, so give us a second while we work out the kinks.
All of you join us at home hopefully soon. We got a full house here. It's pretty awesome. We've got real people.
Real people!
We have broken out of the boxes. We're here to bring you GLR 2023. I am Kelly Koviak-Hansen. I am Vice President for a few more days.
I am Allison Gunning. I'm Vice President-elect for a few more days. I use she, her pronouns, and welcome.
Bring on to the stage. Woo! Bring on to the stage our amazing 2023 co-chairs from Indiana. We have Mark Rittens. We have Leanne Fuller. And we have Tony Buego.
Hey. Oh, sorry. Just a quick little announcement. Since we are live streaming, there are cameras. And so just be mindful. 2 of them are back there. So if you're getting up and down, just kind of stuck from the camera. So our friends at home, you can wave and say, hey, but I don't know if they're going to want to see your head or whatever. So, just be mindful.
You may have noted we had some snacks out there. Sorry, we can't help those at home, but we got some snacks out there. Once we get rolling with the music here, feel free to go and get some hors d'oeuvres. Just be mindful of those around you and mindful of, obviously, our performers.
Yeah, not during, we want to listen to the music, the concert etiquette-ish.
All right. We're going to turn over to our co-chairs with a couple of announcements. First up is Mark.
I need one of you to come take my job, please. Anyway, we'd like to give a special thank you for all of our sponsors. We had so much participation this year. First, our diamond sponsor from IUPUI, the Department of Music, Arts, and Technology. And then our platinum sponsors, first Purdue University Fort Wayne School of Music. We've got Sam's Fans and Hillcroft Services Incorporated. Our gold sponsors, Bridges of Indiana by Zavita Health and Valparaiso University. And then we've got our silver sponsors, Healing Harmonies, LLC, the Illinois Association for Music Therapy, Optimal Rhythms Incorporated, and then our bronze sponsors, Music for Kiddos, and the Association for Indiana Music Therapy. And I'll hand it over to Leanne now.
We'd also like to take this time to thank our local planning committee. Without them, we would not have been able to have gotten this all done. So if you are part of the local planning committee, you can wave, stand up, let everybody know who you are. Some of them may still be out there. Also, make sure you got your drawing ticket. If you didn't get a drawing ticket when you came in, find somebody back there. And we'd also like to take this time to thank those who provided instruments, a variety of drums and other instruments to help make some of our concurrence and CMTEs and institutes happen. We'd also like to thank those who provided the drawing donations, these fun drawings that we're going to be having. And also for bag donations and any other donations that I might have forgotten. So. We do. Now, Tony.
Hi, I'm in charge of hospitality, so it's my job to make sure you're having a good time. Just a couple of things to keep in mind is that guidebook is your best friend to this conference. If you have not downloaded it, get out your phones right now, hold it up, let me see you download it, okay? A lot of questions are going to be answered in guidebook. It's your best friend. You can track your CMTEs in there if you're doing the professional route. Make sure you track those during your concurrence. We also have physical copies out at the registration table if you need those too. Additionally, Visit Fort Wayne has been great and provided us savings passes. So if you're gonna visit the local downtown attractions or go out to eat, make sure you get your visitor's pass and save a whole bunch of money and have even more money to do things with. We have a special hospitality room this year in case you need a break from the action, if you need a quiet space, if you need a space to recover, or a nursing mother, or any other reason you might want to get away from the crowds for a little bit. Come find one of our co-chairs or our VPs, and we will be able to get you into that hospitality room. Our numbers are also listed on the registration table if you need that. Yeah, other than that, have a good time and find me if you're having a bad time and I'll make it better.
A couple quick programming notes. Again, guidebook is your friend. If there's changes to any rooms, it'll be in there. Any sessions we'll make sure we put it in guidebook. Couple things. Tomorrow is our keynote right here at 9:30 a.m. with Amy Shaker, empowering the therapeutic relationship through the lens of disability justice and the affirmation model. Everybody, please join us for that. Before that, you can check out the roundtables at 8 a.m. and get some coffee there. And tea. Coffee and tea roundtables, 8 a.m. In the afternoon, our AMTA leadership meet and greet is from 1 to 2:30. Our AMTA president will be joining us. I'm not sure if she's arrived yet, but she's around, as well as other GLR members who are part of the AMTA board. They'll be available to chat with, take any questions, give you some feedback if you have any questions for them. And then also around that time, 1:30 to 2:30 are both our internship and our research fairs. So those are great opportunities to connect. Saturday, we'll have our luncheon. That will be down the hall in Convention Hall A. That's at 12. If you registered and were planning to attend the luncheon, you should have a meal ticket in your name tag here. If you were planning to be attending the luncheon, but did not have a meal ticket, find one of us and we'll kind of work through that. And then also another thing to note, on Saturday, we have coffee with the GLR president, who you're going to meet in just a moment. That's at 8:30 in Jefferson, DC, and coffee will also be involved in that. And tea. I always forget the tea part. Okay. Allison, one more item.
It's funny because Kelly doesn't drink coffee. If you haven't heard, this is the 70th anniversary of the GLR conference. So we are celebrating for so many reasons. Number one, and this is the first time we've all been together in real life in 3 years. I had the pleasure of seeing a lot of you in 2020 before we didn't see anyone. So welcome back. And with that, it's 70 years, right? So we want to acknowledge and celebrate this really important milestone. Out here to the left is the hallway between here and the hotel or the bar or whatever, like it's that way. And there are easels with a timeline. Big shout out to Kaylee Bosley, who is a new mom and not here with us right now, and Becca Barnard for helping get that all set up. So it's an interactive timeline. There's instructions there. There's some stuff in guidebook, of course. And we want you all to participate and add stuff to it and all of the things. And there's instructions, and I won't take your time with that right now. But please participate. It'll be up the whole conference, so it's there for you. We also have a fun photo booth. Bring your own photographer, but a photo booth that is in the exhibit hall. So it is in the back corner that way. So when you go in from the hall, it is to the back left. If you're going in straight through these doors tonight, go straight to the back corner and have fun. And we have a hashtag GLR 70th celebration. You don't have to remember that because it's in guidebook. Thank you. Now I have the distinct pleasure of introducing our president of the GLR region, Melaine Pullman. Hello, everyone. It's so great to see all of you. So here's the deal. It's very bright. I need to see this is a first conference. Is this your first conference? Go ahead and stand up. Don't just raise your hand. We raise hands in Zoom. We stand in person. So welcome. Welcome to all of you. Okay, go ahead and sit down. We are going to do some up and down. So this is how many of you are students? If you're a student, please stand. Yay, welcome. Great. And I don't want our professionals to feel left out. So professionals, students, please sit. Professionals, please stand. There you go. And I probably have some interns too. I don't want them to feel left out. Any interns? There you go. There you go. Well, it's just a thrill to see all of you in this room. And I have all the feels seeing real live 3D people, not in boxes, right? We don't have to press a button to raise a hand. We don't have to, chat in a box. We're all here. So it's been an honor to engage with you in the creative ways that we needed to in the past few years. But at the same time, I'm done with the little Zoom boxes. Anybody else? Anybody else? Yeah? So on behalf of the GLR leadership, it's my honor, my humble honor, to be able to welcome you tonight. And I think we can all agree that the world is a little bit different place than when we were last together, right? When we gathered in Schaumburg in early 2020, March of 2020, we had no idea what was coming down the pike, right? And whether that be personally, whether that be professionally, whether that be with our physical health, our mental health, our emotional health, any of that. And we had no idea. And as I reflected on what to say to you tonight, I've kept returning to 3 key words. And those 3 key words have become crucial components in my world since we were last together. So if you'll allow me to share them with you, I'd like to suggest that we use these 3 words to guide and to shape our time together in these next couple of days. For lack of a better way to describe it, I use them as my 3 C's: connection, community, and collaboration. During recent years, when the world, my work, even my personal family have felt so tangled and chaotic and unexpectedly different, these words have been an anchor to me, and I've returned to them. I've found them to be reassuring. I've found them to be grounding. I've found them to be centering. And together, they have been a bit of a lifeline to me when things just felt like, wow, we're in stormy seas. Right? In so many aspects of our world, we're in stormy seas. And as I reflected, I thought about the fact that I think those 3 C's have a place right now in the 70th conference of the GLR. During this conference, it's my hope that we can celebrate what connects us as a profession. And we can soak up the chance to have in-person interactions to discuss what might be different too, and the differences we have. So I'm hoping we can strengthen our connections by celebrating what makes each of us a unique piece of the 2,000 plus piece puzzle that is the GLR. And that's not even counting the students. That's just 2,000 professionals that are board certified. Let us collaborate with each other to share the diverse professional knowledge and insights and lived experiences that we all have, that will help each of us to increase and strengthen our own abilities as music therapists and just as plain humans. Let us take time to build and strengthen our community, the next C, community, to listen and learn, to hold each other accountable, to embrace our pain points and our growth points, and to work through the topics of discussion that will, in the long run, make us stronger and make us better. So I ask each of you to take a minute to think about the 3 C's. I want you to think about which of the 3 C's do you need most in your world right now? In these next few days, which C can you help to spread more of to the world around you in this environment? Which C is the one that you're uncertain of or tentative about? Which one are you feeling in abundance that you can share? You've got a lot of to share. How will you add to that long GLR history, 70 plus years that we're helping to build so that we ensure those 3 C's are so tightly woven into what we're creating for the GLR? So if you'll humor me, which I hope you will, I'd like to create a bit of mayhem. Is anybody in? Are we in? Okay. So I'd like to take 5 minutes to collaboratively connect as a community in this room. If you're joining us virtually, I hope that you'll, join this through some phone calls, whatever you want to do, social media. But I want you to look around the room for a second. I'm just going to give you a second. Look around the room. That means turning around. That might be your neck. I want you to look around the room and just see who you see. See who you see. Okay? Is there someone in the room you are just darn excited to see in person? Is there someone that you want to pay a compliment to? Do you want to say thank you to? Or do you want to say, hey, I see you? Are you wanting to lift someone up with a word of encouragement? Are you wanting to make an apology or take responsibility for some sort of action? Are you wanting to tell someone you just read their article and you could not put it down? Right? Are you wanting to make a new connection? Are you here for the first time and looking to connect? For the next 5 minutes, all connections that will help us strengthen the GLR and our 3 C's are fair game. The only rule of this game is that one connection is required. Feel free to move around. I have my timer on my phone. Let's take time to witness and feel the power of the connections with others in the GLR. Are you ready? You may not stay seated. Remember, you must make one connection. And I lied. I'm gonna be like the mom in my, like with my kids. I'm adding a second rule. You can't just connect with the person next to you. I know. All right, so are you ready? This is GLR Mayhem. Are you with me? Okay. All right, here we go. On your marks, get set. Oh, look, we have a false start here. I like it. On your marks, get set, go. Okay, you have 2 minutes. Have you mingled? Have you moved? Have you made a connection? You got 2 minutes. 40 seconds. Find your ways back to your chairs. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. Time is up. Okay, so is it nice to connect with each other? Isn't it great? Yes. And there's a bit of a buzz in the room, right? How many of you met somebody new? How many of you saw someone you haven't seen physically in years? Right? Yeah. How many of you are feeling boosted by a little bit of community and a little bit of positive energy? Yeah. Okay. So it's exciting to hear that buzz and to feel that buzz. And I hope that this is just the first 5 minutes of that you feel in the next few days. I can't wait to see what comes from this conference, and I can't wait to see what comes next for us as a region. Thanks for collaborating with me, for making a little bit of mayhem. Thanks for being my partners in crime on that. And I wanted to take another opportunity real quick to welcome AMTA President Dr. Lori Gooding is with us on the conference this week. And I just learned that it's her first visit to a GLR conference. I mean, welcome, welcome, welcome. And I hope that you all will take advantage of the opportunity that we have tomorrow afternoon to meet with Dr. Gooding and other members of the GLR community who are members of AMTA's board to connect with them. Again, let's connect. Let's build collaboration and build community, and know that that's an open, safe space. They also have in the guidebook, Your Best Friend, you will find a Google form link. If you have a question for them that you want to share in that way, that's possible as well. So I wish you a wonderful, wonderful conference. Please take time to connect with each other, to build that community and to collaborate, and have a wonderful time. Thanks so much. Take care.
Hi, everyone. I'm Michelle, and I'm sharing I'm sharing our entertainment for the conference, and I want to first thank Melaine for all that she has said, and want to thank our lovely committee, all of our committees, our local committee, and all of you. We're happy to have an in-person conference again. And for our first entertainment of the conference, we want to welcome Fort Wayne Taiko out of the Fort Wayne Dance Collective. So enjoy and happy conference.
Oh. But how come I can't hear anything?
On? Yes, on. Hello. Ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu is Japanese for good morning, and I know it's not morning anymore. I will tell you the reason why I'm saying this. I say it for two reasons. Taiko drummers will always greet other Taiko drummers by saying Ohayo gozaimasu. One, it's a term of respect. You're respecting them. Two, it's honestly the best and beginning of our day when we get to play on these awesome drums. So we're going to practice this together. Ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. Hello, my name is Sarah.
Hello, my name is Carolyn.
Hello, my name is Tanae and I'm from Fort Wayne, a PFW music therapist.
And I am Beth.
And I am Allison. And we are Fort Wayne Taiko. Fort Wayne Taiko is a program of the Fort Wayne Dance Collective. I am the founding member of Fort Wayne Taiko, and I founded Fort Wayne Taiko because I wanted to play taiko really badly. It was like 2000, 1998, I don't know. We were the first performing taiko group in Indiana. We're still one of the few in the Midwest. There is a lot of taiko on the West Coast. Taiko is scattered throughout North America. There is, of course, a lot of taiko in Japan, but here we're kind of in taiko Siberia. So it's really hard to learn to play taiko in taiko Siberia. So we have through the years traveled to the West Coast and Japan and other places to learn and study taiko, and we bring taiko masters to Fort Wayne. And we have developed mentoring relationships, they mentor us, with some of the premier taiko drummers in North America. And we are so grateful for having those teachers. So much of what you see us play today was taught to us by premier taiko drummers in North America. And I just want you to know that. Taiko is a drumming movement and voice form based on Japanese tradition. In taiko, the movements that we play our movements that we do are as important as the rhythms that we play. And taiko means drum in Japanese.
I would like to tell you a little bit about our drums. We love all of our drums. They all have their own special history with us. But first I'm going to introduce you to the Shime Taiko. It has a bright sound and it serves as our timekeeper. It, with its bright sound, carries across, and we listen for it in order for it to help us keep in time with each other. The Shime Taikos on either side are rope-tuned drums. So you can see the rope. It actually literally holds all the pieces together. There are two cowhides and a beautiful body. These two drums are special to us because they come from Japan, and they are built by one of two of the most famous drum builders in Japan, Asano. And we were able to acquire them through a grant, the Follinger Foundation. Woo! They are expensive, and we worked hard and long, and finally were granted this. They generally cost somewhere $1,500, $2,000 a piece, and they are very beautiful. So those are the Shime Taiko. Next, we have our Chu Taiko. Has a deep resonant sound, and this plays the part most often of the melody of the song, if you think of it that way. These are not rope-tuned drums. These have the cowhides and the wooden body, but rather than being tied together, the hides are actually nailed to the body of the drum. So they are not tunable. So on very humid days, we get a very different sound than on very bright days. And we prefer very bright days, very dry days. These drums are versatile. We can play them in different positions. So this one's in a vertical position right now. Sometimes we'll play it in a horizontal position and sometimes in a diagonal position. And that just affords all of us all these really fun ways to explore the drum while we're playing. And lastly, for today, we have our Odaiko. And it literally means big drum. So this is our biggest drum we have with us today. It is the Odaiko. It calls attention. And it also has the two sides, which is really fun for drummers for a lot of reasons. One is the player gets to move in really big ways, or solo work can be really interesting with the dynamics, but also we can play with 2, 3, 4 drummers dancing around the drum. So that tells you a little bit about our family of drums, and I'm going to pass it off to
All right, the history of taiko has been around since the beginning of Japan history. In fact, the taiko drums were performed for rituals, and actually it was only performed by men in times of also war. So they would also use this drum, the sound of it, the carrying of the sound would define their land boundary on playing on their taiko drums. It really wasn't until about the 1950s that taiko started becoming more of an art form. And also later on around the 60s, it came to America. And again, there's lots of taiko troops, and females play the drums as well. In our Fort Wayne taiko troop, we do have men and females. There's more of us than just us up here too. So.
How you feeling out there? All right. These kind folks allowed me to join their entourage today. I'm from Kalamazoo, Michigan, and happy to have so many of you here with us from St. Mary of the Woods. Many of my students from St. Mary's and Western are here partying and enjoying themselves in person. So I met them on a study trip. So we had a mutual sensei, and we were able to travel together to Japan. And it was quite a time to meet one another in an immersion and cultural study program. And the first tune we played for you today, Kachidoki, is a victory song from Matsuyama, Japan, from a suite of 10 pieces, many of which are much more warlike. And we chose for you the victory piece because we are victorious in our togetherness here finally in person. So we wanted to share that piece for you that we've all learned. And it's widely played, actually. Our sister dojos in Phoenix, Arizona, many of the taiko groups in Arizona also play that tune. So it's common for this repertoire to be shared widely. We play, I grew up with my sensei playing a lot of what's considered wa daiko tunes, which are also many tunes within the Fort Wayne repertoire. Tunes born of Japan, coming out of the dojo and the Hozonkai. So we were able to spend a number of days in Hiroshima Taiko Hozonkai studying and learning about many of these age-old, century-old pieces with Master Sensei, and really observing the intergenerational model that is taiko and how beautiful it is in bringing community and maintaining tradition and legacy. So we have a number of different pieces for you today. Allison and I were able to present a CMTE together, and she brings such a wonderful perspective as a dance movement therapist to this art form and for our community as music therapists. She and Jackie Hinsey presented on this topic in Indianapolis, which was one of our factoids of where was the last Indiana conference. And before that, I was reminded by a colleague, Susan Jetty, out on the West Coast at the Napa State Hospital, that she actually brought taiko into the AMTA to do a presentation maybe over 20 years ago. So as Allison said, taiko's widespread and has a deep, deep history in the West Coast. And so Susan was able to integrate and bring this art form into the psychiatric hospital where she's been practicing as a music therapist. So we really want to begin to move beyond just the bounds of the drum circle phenomenon and really start to embrace what else is happening in the international drum culture. And taiko is widely played. I can't even name for you a place where it's probably not being played. It's so popular. It rivals perhaps the djembe as one of the most popular instruments we have. So we're happy to share this with you today, and I'm going to pass it over to Sarah.
So along with very traditional pieces, we also play contemporary pieces. And the next piece we're going to play for you is a Fort Wayne Taiko original composition that's called Breathe. It is all in duple meter. We're not doing anything fancy with our rhythms, and the musicality comes in our louds and soft beats. And you'll hear we're in unison a lot of times, but you'll also hear a counter rhythm being played. So listen well.
Wrote this song to teach us to play loud and soft, because when you play the taiko, it's like everything's loud. And we realized we really needed to aspire to more musicality. So this song was written to teach us to play loud. So this next piece, I want you to notice I don't even really need a microphone. When you teach Taiko, you're going to learn to hear your voice over lots of kids holding sticks in their hands. They're making a lot of noise. So this next piece is called Joy Bubble. One of our mentors is called Tiffany Kamani-Gucci. She is the world premier female Taiko drummer because it's been such a male-dominated for years. So we become friends. She stays in my home. We hang out. We have different phone numbers. And
So you hear a unique sound on the second piece we played, a Matsuri kind of festival piece. I was playing a set of metal cymbals called chapa. And then on this one, I'm going to use a set of graduated metal plates. These are known as our chanchiki or a tarigane. So we put them together to make sometimes we say like a chanchiki set, just to make a little more playful melody. So that's what'll be happening down here out of view.
Was taught to us by another mentoring teachers from Taiko Project. Taiko Project is based in Los Angeles. The leaders of Taiko Project used to be Shoji Kaneda and Mas Baba. They were both children of some of the North American Taiko pioneers, some of the people who brought Taiko over from Japan. So they play in Taiko. Then they started a group called Taiko Project and turned it into like this hip hop jazzy, turn Taiko kind of like upside down and inside out. And so we said, yeah, we want to learn from them. So we brought them many times. And this song, Friends, is a song they taught us that has a whole improv section. in Taiko, Siberia is like, we don't have to be great. We just have to be good and people are happy. Right? Couldn't get six down during the carnival, picking them up and hitting the beat, and we're like, oh. But we do want to work in the schools, and we do like to teach students some of the cultural, components of Taiko and where it came from and all of that. So we did this story, this sound story that tells you about how Taiko was born.
Yes, this is the story of how Taiko was born. A long time ago, the sun goddess and her brother, the thunder god, were walking along. And as is the case with siblings, there are good days and not so good days. This was a not so good day for the sun goddess. Her brother was teasing her quite a bit that day. The sun goddess became so angry that she went and hid in a cave. As she moved a large rock over the entrance of the cave, she vowed never to come out again. Can you guess what happened? Well, since she is the sun goddess, the sunlight hid with her, so the world became very cold and dark. All the god and goddesses started to plead with the sun goddess to come out. They all knew that if she stayed hidden too long, all the plants and the animals would soon begin to die. First came the earth god. The earth god called out,
Sun goddess, this is silly, it's ridiculous. Get out of here.
but the sun goddess said,
No.
Next came the water god. And the water deity implored,
Sun goddess, come on now.
I'm going to need your help here. And again, the sun goddess said, then came the wind god. And the wind god pleaded,
Sun goddess, please.
that's some good breath support, right? Yeah. All right, and again, her reply was, no. No. Last to come was the fire god. Fire deity politely but firmly requested,
Sun goddess is pretty hot and sticky.
but alas, her reply was still, well, the gods and goddesses didn't know what to do. Their pleading and their coaxing did nothing. No one was able to get the sun goddess to come out. Finally, the extremely clever goddess of dawn came forward. She took a barrel turned it upside down, banged on that wooden barrel, and started dancing. The other gods and goddesses soon joined in the fun. Now the sun goddess became furious. She moved the rock to see what was going on. And seeing all the fun everyone was having, she quickly joined in. And that is the story of how Taiko was born. Yeah.
All right, so because we want to share our art form and because so many people aren't very familiar with Taiko, we're going to do a quick participation. You can sit right in your seat. You don't even have to get up. But I would love to teach you the basic strike because there is a difference in banging on a barrel, which can be a ton of fun, and playing. I would like to teach you to play Taiko because I'm a Taiko. So I'm going to teach you your basic strike. And if you're in my workshop today, you know what's coming. We're going to lift both of our arms up in a nice straight line. You're going to bend your elbows. You're going to imagine you have sticks coming close to your ear. You're talking on your cell phone. You hit your drum, and this is the most important part. You reach out with a straight arm and up. And you bend your elbow. You talk on your cell phone. You hit your drum, out, up. Bend, talk, hit, out, up. Bend, talk, hit, out, up. That is your basic skill. Alternating arms. So we have to translate that strike into alternating arms. So here we go. I'm going to call you up with the PI. It goes like this. Hey, and up two times. Your right arm bends your elbow, taps on your cell phone, hits your drum. When it's about to come out and up, your left arm bends its elbow, taps on your cell phone, hits your drum, and you just keep going from one arm to the other, with one arm coming down and one arm coming up, and it's nice circle and cycle. Good. Now, when I teach students, there's some common mistakes I see. One of them is this: they get all excited about playing and they start drumming like this. This is what I call banging on a barrel. This is caveman drumming. It can be fun, but it's not Taiko. So I say, oh, straighten your arm. So they go like this. Then I say, oh, well, you need to bend and straighten your arm. So they go like this. Oh, this is funny. Not Taiko. So this is what I've learned to tell them. Do the backstroke, but talk on your cell phone. And the reason we talk on our cell phone is we don't ever want our stick coming back behind our head unless we're seeing that big call drum that's going off. Then it comes up. But when we're playing in these positions, our stick doesn't come behind our head. Because this is the magic of Taiko. We're not really banging that drum at all. We are pushing our arm up and letting it fall. It is gravity that's hitting that drum. And if we let our stick go back behind our head, it interrupts the flow of gravity. So we do the backstroke and we talk on the cell phone, and that's how we play our drum. This next song, last song we're gonna play for you is called Omiyage. It's a Japanese word that means gift. The Japanese culture, if you're familiar with it, is very hospitable. The most hospitable people I have ever met. Very gracious. And they gift each other with omiyages. It's just any kind of a gift. If you're a guest, if they invite you for dinner, if you just, if they hand you a pen, you give them an omiyage. They're doing omiyages all the time. It's such a beautiful culture. This song is written by Shoji Kameda. He's gifted it, and he called it Omiyage because he's gifted it to the North American Taiko community. And it took us 2 years to learn this song. We brought Shoji and Maz like 6 different times. And the first time we performed it in Fort Wayne, they were with us. I was never more terrified in my life. And we hope you enjoy it. Omiyage, you can see we put the drums in a different position. We could, yeah, can you time room? All right, let's do it.
We also want to let you know about a couple of upcoming events. So Fort Wayne Taiko is hosting a Kadon retreat here in Fort Wayne, the midsection of May, around the 19th, 20th, 21st, and a big celebration in conjunction with the Cherry Blossom Festival on the 21st. So I was suggesting students in the area, this would be an awesome field trip to come back again. And Allison can share more.
Yeah, so Kadon is an online Taiko resource and it's run by Shoji Kameda, one of our mentors, and he was wanting to do a Kadon event somewhere in the Midwest. So he called us and he said, how about we do it in Fort Wayne? And we said, yes, please. So there's going to be a gathering of regional Taiko drummers coming May 19th, 20th, 21st, participating in workshops. You're all welcome to join. And then we get together and we play at the Cherry Blossom Festival. So that's a really fun event. And I'm just wondering, I know we probably don't have much time, but is there anyone who has any questions that, you know, a question that you'd like to ask us, or anybody got anything? All right, well, we teach classes at the Fort Wayne Dance Collective, and I don't have on my glasses, so if you're raising your hand, you might need to give me a key. Hey,
I am just, you know, maybe you said it, but the length of time it takes to learn that, those movements and that. You said 2 years for one piece, but so that means you all have been playing how long as individual?
Yeah, well, we've been playing different amounts of time, and that last piece did take us 2 years, and then I slaughtered it. But you know, like can you do? It's a work in progress, and I'm really tired because I taught a 5-hour workshop today. So anyway, I've been playing since 1998. How long is that? I don't know, a long time. 25 years. And I'll let each of them answer.
Yeah, so I started in 2004.
I've been playing close to 12 years.
I'm the newest. I'm still learning that last piece. I've been here for about 2 years with the team.
And I started around maybe 2011 or 12 in another community. And I also don't know any of these tunes until 2 weeks ago. So I'm trying to hang in there. So we exchange these tunes through a system called Kuchishoga. So if you're familiar with other drum teaching technologies, we had our session earlier today and somebody said, Doom, Pa, Taka, Cha. I said, yes, but what style of drumming is that from? So if you start to get familiar with the world of drumming, you know there's a system of bowls and ways in which we sing to and refer to the rhythm patterns. So the frame drum has its own sort of nomenclature and vocabulary and pedagogy. If you've been playing African drums, if you started early enough in the era of Babatunde Olatunji, or if you reference Tataku, the book that I worked on with Bill Matney, you have gun goro go, gun goro go, gun goro pata pata, gun goro. So Babatunji realized that this Western system of counting things and trying to put in a bunch of kataka, lika, laka, e-andas, it just doesn't make a lot of holistic sense as a learning vehicle. So Taiko uses something called kuchishoga, which is like the mouth music. So if I can't remember a tune, somebody can kuchishoga in my ear and say, you know, dons, cons, dons, cons, doko, doko, dons, cons, dons, cons, doko, doko. And so that's one of the ways that I say, okay, let me make a voice memo of these and listen to them when I'm driving around and get the imprint of it in my head. And it's actually much faster. It's a much more intuitive, intelligent means of listening. It's such a whole body system way of doing it. So if I were to say, I'm going to give you a call and response and you're going to repeat it back to me. I'm going to say, doro kara, doron, dodon. Su, don, su, con, su, don, don. Don, don, con, gon. Do, con, don, do, con, don. So that usually would refer to our mid-sized drum voice. And one thing Sarah mentioned was that if we moved up to the shime, it would have a little bit different vocalization. I don't know if you could give just a quick demonstration.
So instead of like don doko, we would say ten teke. So ten teke ten ten. Ten teke ten ten. Teke teke ten ten. And like even our atarigane that Carolyn was playing earlier, it's colloquial called a chanchiki because of the sounds that you make with it. Chan and chiki on the side. So middle is chan, the sides are chiki. So you play
Titan, Titan, Titan. Very cool, right? We can't be that far out. Have a wonderful conference. Thank you to the GLR. Happy 70th.
Thank you again. I'll pass on that. I do want to say a little apology to our friends at home. We figured out that Zoom wanted to not absorb ambient sound, so we've been trying to troubleshoot that. Apologies to those of you live streaming at home. We're glad you joined us, so thanks for that. We also have some drawings. Avi, did you get our drawing numbers? So if you got your little red ticket, those of you who came in a little bit late, you might have missed our ticket friends, our little red tickets. Yeah. Tony's gonna go and see what prizes we've got sitting here. What'd you think of these drums? Anybody got any good jokes while we're waiting for our numbers? I got one. Why do sharks live in salt water? Because pepper makes them sneeze. Compliments of one of my clients. You know, keep that one in my back pocket for when I'm, just kind of improvising. What's a pirate's favorite letter? Nice. Tony, do you have our prizes? Or not? All right, I've got the numbers. They were just texted to me. See if they match. 1 3 3 2 5 0. Oh, hey. So, first winner, your prizes are at the registration table with Leanne. So if you go quickly, you get first dibs. See what were the other numbers up there? Where'd they go? Here they are. 1 3 3 3 0 3. And our last one, 1 3 3 5 4 4. Angie Snell, is that you? Woohoo! All right, prize winners, your prizes are on the registration table. Everyone else, our exhibit hall is right through these lovely doors right here. Doors in the wall. There we go. You can also walk through outside. Again, we've got food and joy. We've got IWU Sax Quartet out there for your listening enjoyment. Have a wonderful night.
Check, 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 check. Check, check. I can see it on your input meter over there. Check, check, check. No. This is one of the overhead mics. Check, 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 check. Most favored, and I had all the favors. I could see. Microphones. Check, 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 check. See if it's different now. Are you getting that? Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.